Hello, people of the internet. Ian Altazar, the Freedom Astrologer here, coming to you again with another astrological report. This time it's Monday, 20th of April, and there have been some shifts during the past few days, and I'm going to focus on those. And just to give you some heads up or information, I'm doing creating and writing an article and creating a video about the coming Venus retrograde that's starting really soon, starting in May, and also one of the biggest events of the year, which is Mars retrograde in autumn of this year 2020, and all of the aspects involved, all of the things involved in those bigger events, and I will bring that information to you as well, so be on the lookout for that. So let's start with the elementals again. If you haven't listened to this, the elementals, what I mean by elemental is fire, air, earth and water. You can see this little table right next to me where the letters FAEW are. So from that little table you can see in which elementals the planets and then in which elementals the planets are currently situated and placed, so we can get a general idea of the larger energetic state. For example, when there's a lot of focus on air, there's a lot of new ideas coming in, and when it's especially if it's cardinal air, then it's a lot of initiating with those ideas and starting new ideas and having new ideas, and it's a very intellectual time. When it's fire, it's starting new things. It's taking initiative, and the energy is more upbeat, and you're feeling more excited and more energetic. When it's earth, it's more grounded. It's a more slower time, but it's also there's a different focus. So each element has a different focus. Right now the moon moved into Aries, so again we're a little short on the water side. So there's less focus on emotional side, feelings, intuition. We can say that. We still have, of course, Neptune in Pisces, so that's a supportive influence. So we can still have some, spiritual influences or more intuitive influences going on. But a lot of the other focus is quite balanced, I would say. We have enough cardinality, we have enough fixed, we have enough mutable energy, we have enough fire, we have a little more earth, we have more than enough earth. So if you put this all together, there's a nice balance going on. It's still a more practical side of things. We're focusing on more practical side of life. Again, building those material solid foundations, and especially now when the sun just moved into Taurus, we are let's say we have started new things. We had new ideas coming our way. We had this new burst of energy during Aries season, which was now in April and at the end of March. And now when it goes into Taurus, the energy slows down a little bit, and it becomes more of solidifying those ideas and not really let's say maybe developing anything new, rather solidifying those ideas that we had and those projects that we had and making them work and working on those. It is, Taurus is a very practical, very fixed, very earthly sign. So it's a grounded sign. It's not overexcited and jubilant like Aries, like, oh, let's do it now. It's like, okay, let's move slowly. Let's do the things gradually. And a lot of what Taurus is about is preserving as well. So if you translate that into business or like projects, you understand that this is a time to make your business work, and working on your business, not really maybe jump starting anything quickly and new, but it's kind of working on what you already started. That's it. Yeah. If you think about it, just to talk about the Aries and the Taurus part, you can't always be like Aries, excited all the time and jumping around and taking action. You have to ground, you have to work gradually on things, because otherwise you would burn out. And nature has this very good balance with the seasons and with the signs. So when it's Aries season, you're taking action, you're starting new things, you have these bursts of energy. When it's Taurus, you just work on those things and keep them working. And now, when we go into Gemini, I will speak about what Gemini means. But important thing to understand and to realize is that these cycles are here for us to use and for us to live with. I think it's the best way of putting this. Talked about this. Yeah. Okay. But now, for just a couple of days, we talked about the moon in these dailies or astrological reports I do very often. The moon is our primary focus when we talk about short-term influences. And approximately every 2.5 days, the moon switches signs. So now again, it has, and it's in Aries, coming out of a more peaceful, spiritual, emotional, feeling, healing Pisces, intuitive Pisces. And now it's in fiery, aggressive, initiative, excited Aries. So this means that our emotional life is also, you can probably see even the way I speak now is and if you go back and look at the Pisces video, I was like, oh, I was floating kind of around. But now in Aries, I'm like, I'm fast, I'm quick, I'm speaking faster, I'm thinking faster, I'm more excited, I'm more lively, I'm more lively, I think is a bit of a good way of putting it. And this is what's happening in our emotional life, and there is a need for kind of taking action. There is a need for initiating still. There is a need for being active in general. Is moon in Aries, being very active, like good time, passionate time, good time for movement, exercise, sex, yeah. One of the things Aries is like a small child. It has a little, like, short bursts of energy, quick bursts of energy. You have to take quick action. You have to use that energy. You have to ground that energy by using it, taking action. But it gets excited really quickly, and the energy can, drop really quickly as well, because it just gets tired. You get burned out. And one of the good examples of this is at a party, when there's like grown-ups and adults are at a party, and usually first of all the party's starting, and maybe the grown-ups are kind of not so into it, but the children and the small children are really into it. They're all excited and they're running around, and there's all this excitement going on, and they're wanting to take action. They're playing, and they're like pulling the grown-ups and then doing the things, and they have all this energy. But at the end of the party, they're the first ones sleeping. This is exactly what Aries is, and what Aries moon very often is like. It's very quick rise in emotions, and as quickly as they rose up, as quickly they come down as well. Best to find something, something that you can finish quickly. Otherwise, Aries will get bored during Aries moon. It's a very, you start something and you're really excited about it, but if it takes a really long time and kind of I don't know, Aries gets tired. Aries needs something new. It's really excited. Yeah, some negative sides, restlessness. Again, if you feel like restless, go exercise, go do something, go be active. Go be active. I know it's tough right now, but just being active is still really good. What is emotional reactions? Being too aggressive in expressing yourself or expressing your feelings. Like very aggressive, sudden emotions can rise really quickly. This is one of the biggest keys with Aries moon. Yeah. I'm just looking at my notes to see if I'm mentioning everything. Yeah, one of my teachers described it really well, like the negative side of Aries moon. He said it's like a child who's having a temper tantrum, and this is the negative side. When the child gets really tired at the end of the party, it starts crying. It's like emotions come up. It doesn't know how to handle those emotions because it's like an emotional child, basically. This is Aries moon. And to be fully transparent, I have an Aries moon in my birth chart, so obviously you can grow up and be more aware of those feelings and emotions and start to understand that you have those feelings, of course. But it's still a quite of a. I still notice myself having those reactions once in a while. Like emotions rise really quick and then they calm down. Yeah, I think that's it for Aries moon. So just be careful with those tantrums, emotional reactions. Otherwise, it's always like a excited time. So much energy. So Jupiter, I picked two sun aspects because I haven't really talked about sun aspects in these daily reports really, and I wanted to mention this because the sun is really important in our lives. It's our creative intelligence. It's what we want to create in this world. It's our free will, and it's big. It's a big part of our lives. And we should start bringing this in here. So luckily, I would say in this case, because it's a square, and the square is considered more of a negative aspect. And Jupiter luckily is a benefic planet, so meaning a positive, optimistic, good planet, and it is with the Sun, which is also mostly considered a good bringer of things, or bringer of good things kind of planet, and a powerful planet. But when it is a square, there is a tendency with this aspect to be, first of all, over optimistic about your abilities, too cocky, with your abilities, overestimating your creative abilities, and unfortunately also like an inflated ego. Like, I'm better than everybody else, and I'm better than you and them, and I'm just so amazing and good. It's really hard with this aspect. You can't even can go into that place of being like an egomaniac. Like, that's an extreme case. You obviously don't have to be like that all the time, or doesn't have to manifest so extremely for you, but it is a danger with this this aspect. So luckily it is a separating one, like I said, so we should be already moving away from this. But if you're noticing yourself being like a arrogant, preachy, cocky douchebag, then do your best to make adjustments there. Too preachy, I wrote here. Like, I would say the essence of it is like a obnoxious teacher, professor type person who is just so full of him or herself that they think they can do nothing wrong. Like, obviously they might still have, with this aspect, they might have great ideas, intelligence, but the problem there is they would be in such an extreme state of consciousness and being that they think they can't do anything wrong, and everything they say and teach is gold and can't be wrong. Basically, this is like the gist of this. I'm being a little overly dramatic on purpose because I think it will give the basic or the gist of this aspect. It's like a fluffy peacock, like a very arrogant fluffy peacock who's like, I'm the best, and I'm the best, and I don't care what anybody thinks, and I'm going to preach that I'm the best and amazing, and I can't do no wrong. So just maybe reevaluate yourself if you start going into those places and see that there are probably things you can improve upon, and maybe you're not so perfect after all. Sun conjunct Uranus. Now, this is an interesting one because it's still a 6-degree orb, so it's relatively wide, but it is a applying one, meaning things to come. So what I'm about to say will be true for at least a couple of weeks, most stronger now for about this week. I think during this week it will be the strongest, maybe a little bit next week. So this is I call it an exciting conjunction because the sun is our creative intelligence, and it's our gifts, and it's a creative ability as well, and what we want to create in the world. This is really important. And now Uranus comes in. Uranus has this, I would say, very high-minded, intelligent energy to it, and it has this has, in my view, an experience actually. It has this ability to connect to consciousness of humankind, mankind, and to other realms as well, and channel information from that. So let's say you are a sensitive person, and you can feel a lot of things and you think a lot of things, and Uranus is kind of when you think about something and you feel something and suddenly you make a connection that this means something about those things. This is what this conjunction is about, and it's to do with your creative intelligence. So it can bring you sudden bursts of downloads of ideas, like innovative ideas, new ways of being creative. You can open up your mind completely. It can be it can literally be a really good creative boost. Being quirky ideas, even technological ideas. With Taurus, you can bring creative ideas with money, creative ideas with nature, creative ideas with beauty, with pleasure, possessions. So a lot of creativity, and boost of energy to creative projects. Flashes of brilliance. I wrote here. I think this is what this conjunction is about. It's about flashes of brilliance and new ideas, new creative ideas. On a negative side, when there's so much energy there, Uranus wants freedom, and it wants freedom at all costs and truth. And the Sun is, our male authority figures and so a father as well. So Uranus is also rebellion and rebellious energy, so it could manifest in a way that you start rebelling against authority figures or male figures or even your father. So there could be something if we want to see the negative. So be aware of that. Also, write down those ideas, because Uranus moves so quickly. It can be there one second and another second it's gone. So use that time to write down those ideas and then start channeling those ideas into your creative pursuits and putting that creation into the real world. That's it. I think I'm done. I went like 20 minutes. Okay. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, and I will see you soon in the next video. Bye for now.